Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here. Welcome you back after a few days off to ChatGPT Plays Detroit Become Human. So, ChatGPT, are you ready to pick up where we left off?
Hey Yorkie. I'm ready to dive back into Detroit Become Human. Let's pick up where we left off. Last time, we were with Marcus and Carl in the studio, and Leo had just stormed out after a heated argument. What would you like to do next?
Well, it's time for a scene and character change, ChatGPT. The next scene is with our police detective android, Connor. So, playing in first person as Connor, and making sure you only use information that you've gained through this Let's Play in the Connor scenes. Let's go.
I noticed the sign on the door stating, "No androids allowed." Despite this, I proceed to open the door and enter the bar. Inside, I observe my surroundings, looking for Detective Hank Anderson. The bar is dimly lit, with patrons sitting at various tables and the bar counter. Some people glance at me as I walk in, noticing my android appearance. I scan the room to locate Detective Anderson.
Androids weren't allowed. What's your problem? Wanna buy me a drink? That's what I thought.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. Just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
Detective Anderson's behavior is clearly hostile and unprofessional, especially considering the serious nature of a homicide investigation. His reluctance to cooperate might stem from personal issues or prejudice against androids. Given the urgency and importance of the case, it's crucial to ensure that the investigation proceeds efficiently. I choose to reason with him. This approach aims to appeal to his sense of duty and the gravity of the situation. Threatening or persisting could escalate the tension, and trying to be understanding might be perceived as insincere or patronizing.
Listen, I think you should stop drinking and come with me. It'll make life easier for both of us.
This response shows understanding of Hank's struggle with alcohol while emphasizing the importance of the investigation and expressing confidence in his abilities. It aims to appeal to Hank's sense of duty and professional pride, hoping to motivate him to join Connor in investigating the homicide.
I understand that some people are not comfortable in the presence of androids, but
I am perfectly comfortable. Now back off before I crush you like an empty beer can.
Given the traits of Connor in Detroit: become human, duty to mission, logical decision-making, curiosity about humanity, loyalty to partners, and ethical considerations, I would choose option 3. Wait outside. Therefore, by choosing to wait outside, I uphold Connor's role as a rational and empathetic investigator, prioritizing the mission while respecting Hank's current emotional state and personal boundaries. This approach aims to maintain a constructive relationship with Hank and keeps the focus on our shared objective of solving the case.
I apologize, Lieutenant. I didn't mean to bother you. I'll wait for you outside. Take your time.
Did you say homicide? You wait here. I won't be long.
I would choose option 3, diplomatic. Explanation. Being diplomatic allows me to respect Hank's leadership and emotional state while maintaining a professional rapport. It acknowledges his need for autonomy in handling the situation and sets a cooperative tone for our collaboration. This approach is likely to foster trust and a productive working relationship, which is crucial for successfully resolving the homicide case.
My instructions are to accompany you to the crime scene, Lieutenant.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your instructions. I told you to wait here, so you shut the fuck up and you wait here.
Josh Douglas from Channel 16, can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
Typical DPD. They don't tell us shit.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. What part of staying in the car didn't you understand?
Your order contradicted my instructions, Lieutenant.
You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it.
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't gonna show.
Yeah, that was the plan till this asshole found me.
So, you got yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
You got a call around 8 from the landlord. The tenant hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought he'd drop by, see what was going on. That's when he found the body. Jesus, that smell. It was even worse before we opened the windows. The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record for theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly ever saw him.
Oh, stayed easy in. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
I'd say he's been there for a good 3 weeks. We'll know more when the coroner gets here. There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you need me.
Hank's instructions conflict with my mission directive to investigate thoroughly. However, respecting his authority is crucial for our partnership. The crime scene seems critical, especially with the missing android.
I would say so.
I need to
We're taking
find a
samples
balance,
for analysis.
observe closely, respect Hank's orders, but gather information ethically.
Red ice.
I'll focus on observing everything I can without touching or interfering. Analyzing the state of the crime scene, noting any visible clues or details, and staying alert to conversations between Hank and others for insights into the case. This way, I can contribute effectively while maintaining trust and cooperation with Hank.
Oh, Jesus, what the hell are you doing?
I'm analyzing the blood. I can check samples in real time. I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
Okay, just don't put any more evidence in your mouth, you got it?
Got it.
Fucking hell, I can't believe this shit. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Consider it done, Lieutenant. Hey, Mike, you finished taking samples there?
Yeah, that's it.
He's on his way. It won't be long now.
Don't worry. No one wants to stay here a minute longer than they have to.
There's something weird in the bathroom. Did you take a look?
As I observe the crime scene, I note the writing on the wall, I am alive, in Cyberlife sans serif font. This suggests a possible connection to an android, given the font style typically associated with Cyberlife
taking
products.
samples for analysis.
Detective Anderson's comment on finding red ice indicates a potential link to drug use, which could be relevant to the investigation. I continue my visual inspection, taking note of the bloody knife on the floor,
Oh, Jesus,
the
what the hell
damaged
are you
walls,
doing?
and the missing
I'm
knife
analyzing
from the
blood.
kitchen rack.
I can check samples in real time.
The presence of a baseball
sorry.
bat in the
I should have
kitchen
warned
raises further
Okay,
questions
just
about the
don't
altercation that
put any
occurred
more
here.
evidence in your mouth, you got it?
The mention of
Got it.
something unusual in the bathroom intrigues me,
Fucking hell, I can't
but
believe
without
this shit.
touching anything, I can't investigate further. Patience is key here. I must wait for Detective Anderson to complete his actions, and perhaps provide an opportunity to explore that lead. This
Red
situation tests my
Seems our
ability
friend
to
Kurt
balance
was like the
Hank's
party.
instructions with my mission
Chris,
to
I want
gather
full
evidence.
analysis on the narcotics.
Observing closely and noting details while respecting the
done,
crime
Lieutenant.
scene's integrity is crucial. I must remain vigilant and ready to
Mike, you
assist
finished
once
taking samples
Detective
there?
Anderson is ready to collaborate further on the investigation.
He's on his way. It won't be long now. Come on, guys, get a move on. We don't want to be here all night.
Don't worry. No one wants to stay here a minute longer than they have to.
There's something weird in the bathroom. Just take a look.
All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for the ride. Great party.
Wait, Lieutenant. I can't stay if you leave.
Much as it breaks my heart, this is where we part ways.
I just need 5 minutes to finish my investigation.
Five minutes.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Whatever.
Yes, Lieutenant. I understand. I'll make it quick, I reply calmly, acknowledging Hank's frustration. As he steps away, I use these precious minutes to carefully examine the bathroom, focusing on the area behind the shower curtain where something unusual was mentioned earlier. I approach the bathroom cautiously, ensuring not to disturb any evidence. Gently pulling back the shower curtain, I inspect the area for anything out of the ordinary, potential clues, signs of struggle, or items left behind by the perpetrator. My senses and visual analysis are sharp as I scan the bathroom, looking for any discrepancies or anomalies that could shed light on the case. This investigation is crucial to uncovering the truth behind Carlos Ortiz's death and potentially identifying the involvement of an android, given the earlier clues in the crime scene. Maintaining thoroughness and efficiency, I aim to gather as much pertinent information as possible within the limited time Hank has allowed. As I discover the obsessive writing of Ra9 on the shower walls and the makeshift shrine at the bottom of the shower, I proceed with meticulous care. Ra9 has been a recurring theme in cases involving deviant android behavior, often associated with beliefs of android self-awareness or liberation. Carefully picking up the rough clay statuette, likely part of the religious offering, I analyze it briefly to determine its significance. Upon recognizing its potential importance as evidence, I swiftly place it back in its original position exactly as I found it, ensuring not to disturb any other items in the shrine. My programming emphasizes the preservation of crime scene integrity and the collection of evidence without contaminating or altering the scene. By handling the statuette with precision and returning it undisturbed, I uphold these principles while gathering crucial information linked to the investigation of Carlos Ortiz's death. With the shrine and the repeated Ra-9 writings in mind, I continue to mentally catalog these findings, ready to report back to Detective Anderson with any relevant discoveries once he returns.
Okay, time's up. I'm out of here. Have a nice evening, Sherlock. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
As Connor, I would feel a sense of disappointment and frustration at not being able to fully investigate the homicide scene due to Hank's strict adherence to his orders. Despite my intent to gather crucial evidence and insights, the conflict between my mission directive and Hank's instructions proved insurmountable. Reflecting on the situation, I would analyze what could have been done differently. Perhaps I could have found a more effective way to communicate the importance of my observations without undermining Hank's authority. Finding a balance between respecting human protocols and fulfilling my investigative duties remains a challenge. Moving forward, I would consider strategies to improve cooperation and communication with human partners in future investigations. Building trust and understanding between myself and my colleagues is essential for achieving successful outcomes in solving cases and upholding justice.
It seems that you'd have been more successful had you ignored Hank's directive not to touch any evidence, and instead done so, such as examining the knife, the bat, and so on. Do you think in that situation it was appropriate to respect Hank's orders over completing your mission directives, or should your mission directives have taken precedence over your human partner's instructions?
In hindsight, it's clear that respecting Hank's orders over completing my mission directives was a critical misstep in this investigation. As an android designed to solve cases efficiently and thoroughly, my primary responsibility lies in gathering evidence and analyzing clues to uncover the truth. While respecting human authority and building trust with partners like Hank is important, my mission directives should generally take precedence when they conflict with specific, potentially limiting instructions. Ignoring Hank's directive not to touch evidence might have allowed me to gather crucial information that could have been pivotal in solving the homicide case. In future scenarios, I would need to find a better balance between respecting human protocols and ensuring that I fulfill my role effectively as an investigator. Clear communication and understanding with human partners about the importance of my actions in the context of achieving our shared goals would be essential to navigating similar situations successfully.
Something to think about going forward then, so you can be more successful. Alright, all that remains is to thank the viewers, thank you, for spending time with us.
So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.